All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase channel. I'm your boy Narik Chase, and in this video, we're going to be continuing on with the Fallout 5 Wishlist series. Now, I kind of messed up. I didn't realize other people are watching. Otherwise, I probably would have extended this section a bit, but I'm going to do that now. So that way, you know, I'll be a little bit more professional on that. In this video, we will be talking about the different factions that should be in the game, regardless of those are continuations of the ones we've seen, or, you know, are new ones, or how that faction system should be utilized. Okay, I will say this. I was playing Fallout New Vegas because I wanted to get back and get a better understanding of the game, because you know, I played through it, but I didn't like pay attention to it. I didn't like pay attention to the story. I didn't pay attention to like the characters and everything. So I went back and started playing through it again. And mind you, like I said, I've only played the 4 Fallouts: Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4, and Shelter. So I'm getting into, like, you know, the actual factions and how they, you know, because in Fallout 3, it's kind of a faction-based system. The two biggest ones are, again, the Enclave and the Brotherhood of Steel. And you can choose to side with the Brotherhood of Steel, and you can kind of choose to be with the Enclave. But it's not like the decisions that you make, it's not like really important or fleshed out like that. Okay, but in New Vegas, it's a bit more complicated, which is why I like New Vegas a bit more. And I agree with people saying about the faction system in New Vegas is something Fallout 4 should have adopted. In this one, in Fallout New Vegas, you have the two top dogs, which are the NCR. I guess you could say Mr. House, and also Kaiser's Legion. But under them, you got other ones. You got the Fiends, the Bomber Gang. You have the Great Khans, and I think it's like maybe one or two other ones. But you know, and then it kind of, I want to say, kind of spreads out a little bit more between the different cities and towns and stuff. But each decision that you make with each faction does affect the way people do look at you. And then 4 was a little bit more of a disappointment, because I think they did take a step back from what I had seen, what I was playing in Fallout New Vegas. So there is that. One of the biggest issues that I see with Fallout 4 was the faction system didn't feel really relevant. There is a point, I was at a point where I was in the game, and I literally was balancing all 4 of the biggest factions in the game. And there was one part you take a mission up in Bunker Hill, and then Bunker Hill is this really big battle at one point. And I am literally cool with everybody to the point where I'm strolling through the battle, and you got like 3 or 4 different factions fighting each other, and I'm not getting hurt. They're not messing with me at all. I'm just picking up loot and pushing on. So that's kind of what I was. That's kind of like, I don't really want it to be like that. Because at first, at the time, I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, well, I got friends everywhere. But now that I think about it, I think it's kind of I think it's kind of a mistake to go that route. Because when I was playing with the Minutemen, when I played with each faction, they didn't seem important. Really, the only ones that seem actually important is pretty much the Brotherhood of Steel and the Institute. And it seems like whichever one of those decisions you make with either side of them is what pretty much reigns over the rest of the game. So I would like to see them break that down a bit and make it a little bit more diverse and make it more complex faction system. If you're a part of the Brotherhood of Steel, you know, the stuff that you do is, you know, is wired against like the Institute and stuff like that. So the Institute kind of look at you more sideways, and it's harder to deal with them. The Minutemen, I really wish would have had more of an important role in the events of the game, because they didn't, the railroad as well, they didn't feel important. So, but anyways, let me get on to what I was saying about the different faction system. In Fallout 5, we should have, I don't really mind seeing the Brotherhood of Steel again. I don't mind seeing remnants of the Enclave. I don't mind seeing the Institute. What I do want to see is a faction that follows Voltec, because Voltec has had their hand in so much stuff, and it would be nice to see them actually make an actual physical appearance in the next game. But let's get on down to some of the notes that I had written down. Raiders should be an actual faction, or at least have several factions. Again, New Vegas kind of explored that concept with the Bomber Gang and the Great Khans and the Fiends. Like, those are Raiders. So I would like to see a more organized, set of Raiders. Yes, I don't mind seeing the ones that are just running rampant everywhere, but I would like to see a organized body of them, and that you can deal with them, and that your decisions with them, whether you're attacking their group or, you know what I'm saying, or the other ones. Fine, you know what I mean? I would like to see that, some kind of hierarchy a little bit. But let me go back to my notes. Raiders should be in the actual faction or have several factions. Also, there should be a caste system similar to the one in Middle Earth, Shadows of Mordor, where players take on generals who are vying for power. Also, joining one crew would put you at odds with others. Have a better balanced system when picking which ones should be joined, allied, or shunned. It would be awesome to allow players to develop in rank through various missions, or be able to ally other factions as well as pit them against each other. There should be new factions, especially with new locations, and possibly remnants of the Brotherhood of Steel, Enclave, or the Institute. The game is set in the cold region. Have some tribal clan that has domesticated a variant of Yagway. In New Orleans, a voodoo theme game. It was somebody else had written something that I thought was really fantastic. They saying, I think it was like Yankee Stadium, which I guess is Boston. I don't know, but it was like a baseball themed game. Like, if you play Fallout 4, you have the gang that know how to fix machines and have robots with them and stuff like that. So I think if we're going to go with the new faction system like that, introduce the new ones. And I'm also sick and tired of all these factions being human. I want to see an organized, like, super mutant faction. Maybe, perhaps, remnants of the Master's Army, which you do kind of see in New Vegas, but actually have a bunch of super mutants that want to ravage the land, or have two factions, one good, one bad, and they're going at it, and you can choose to be with the good ones or the bad ones. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be awesome. I want to see a faction of ghouls who are doing their thing, and I actually kind of want to see a bad guy ghoul, because yeah, most of the ghouls you see are pretty cool outside of the Pharaoh ones, but I actually want to see a bad guy group of of ghouls. Like, that'd be awesome. Bring some robot faction. Yes, we have the Institute, and they're with the Synths and stuff like that, but I want to see an organized group. You have the Gunners that was in Fallout 4. I liked them. They were badass enemies, but my problem with them is like you couldn't interact with them. It's like from jump they were like enemies. And like I said, I want that to go back to like the Fallout New Vegas system, which is basically everybody, you're a clean slate to everybody, and your actions affect how they view you. Okay, if Raiders are on the scene, okay, I can understand them just automatically attack you because they're Raiders. But you know what I'm saying, let's just go with that. Going back, like I said, the Minutemen, I like the Minutemen. Wish they had a bigger presence in this, where the Minutemen were against the Brotherhood of Steel and against the Institute, or perhaps been in a situation where they could actually influence, where you could actually influence the Minutemen working with the Brotherhood of Steel. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want to see super mutant bad guys. I want to see a new variant. Like, think about New Vegas. How awesome would it have been to have the super mutants versus the Night King? That'd have been awesome. You get a kind of thing going with that, where the Night King are just being assholes to everyone, but it would be nice to actually see that faction, those two factions, go at it. But as far as the new faction system, new factions in the Fallout 5, due to it being in a new area, I think it'll be pretty awesome. Maybe have again, I said in my last video, the Zatans, bring them in as a faction on a small side quest, and then perhaps converging onto something even bigger. Make it to where they're since they have the communism and the freaking, you know what I mean, Asian factor. Let them be an invading force in the game. That'd be an awesome addition. Maybe have another group like the Minutemen. Maybe have another big, basically turf war like they had with the NCR and Kaiser's Legion. Hell, bring some remnants of Kaiser's Legion back. I think that'd just be a great game if you could just introduce not only a new faction, new factions, but also again bring us a more balanced system when it comes to those factions too. Because I want to be able to play this game multiple times. Yes, I want. Like it's like if I'm playing Fallout 4, it seems like if you play the game with any faction, it really doesn't change because. And you change to another game, it's like you're still playing that faction because the main story forces you to join factions. And I don't really like that. So in this one, I hope it'll be a little bit more open-ended. But anyways, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what your thoughts were on this video. Did you like this video? Did you not like this video? Did you like my points? Did you not like my points? Give me your ideas on the different factions and what you did and didn't like about the factions of the previous games. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on the Narik Chase channel. As well as remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays we do upload videos. So without further ado, Narik Chase, signing out.